Felipe Massa is relishing the opportunity to bid farewell to his home fans at the Brazilian Grand Prix this weekend after confirming his retirement from Formula One at the end of the season. Massa had originally been set to retire from F1 following last November's Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and paid an emotional farewell to Interlagos after crashing out of the Brazilian Grand Prix. Massa was handed a surprise return for 2017 with Williams following Valtteri Bottas' move to Mercedes, partnering Lance Stroll, but confirmed last week he would be retiring for good this time at the conclusion of this season. "It's actually my second retirement race in Brazil, but this time is the last one for sure in Formula One," Massa said, stressing there would be no surprise return in 2018. "I'm really looking forward to another amazing feeling to race at home and really enjoy the track that I grew up on for my last time in a Formula One car. So definitely looking forward and really hope we can have a nice race and a nice result to finish well." Massa has endured a difficult bonus year in F1, with Williams being swallowed up in the midfield fight to leave the Brazilian struggling on the fringes of the points. Asked about the highlights of his final year in F1, Massa said, "Not amazing highlights to be honest. I think the way we started the season, it was not the same way we finished the season. Definitely the car was more competitive at the beginning than the end. I think I definitely enjoyed driving the car with all the rules that have been changed from last year to this year. I think it's a lot of fun this car to drive, a lot more downforce. I definitely enjoyed it a lot. Unfortunately I was a little bit unlucky in some races, otherwise I could have scored massive points. I expected maybe a season that would have been a little bit more competitive than we were. But I definitely enjoyed having fun by driving the car. I'm happy that I've been able to take the best out of this car when I didn't have any problems. I think it was a season that I definitely enjoyed. I think it will be nice to remember this season." Follow it. Luke Smith won with Formula One off last weekend. Red Bull Racing's Daniel Ricciardo spent some time at the Texas Motor Speedway taking in his first ever Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series event at the AAA Texas 500. And after getting his first taste of stock car racing, the obvious follow-up is if he would consider becoming a NASCAR driver full-time. Ricciardo stopped short of saying he would make such a move, reaffirming his interest in Formula One in the process, but he did admit that he'd embrace a chance to do a test. "If Dale Earnhardt Jr. messaged me and said, 'Hey, in the off-season, come and have a drive and just have a test,' I'd love to test one just to see what it's like. For sure, F1 is still for me for the foreseeable future," he told NBCSN's Will Buxton in this week's edition of Paddock Pass. Ricciardo's Porsche can be seen at the 825 mark below. Still, while making a career switch is not his intention right now, the NASCAR event left a big impression on the five-time Grand Prix winner. "Very, very cool. I loved it. Long overdue for sure. I've been a fan since when I was a kid, and finally got to one," Ricciardo quipped about his first NASCAR experience. He also appreciated how the NASCAR drivers embraced his presence and could tell he was genuinely interested in the sport as a fan. "Everyone was just so friendly, all the drivers I met, and they were all happy to have me there. I was loving being there, but they're kind of stoked, I guess, that I was there interested in the sport as opposed to there because a sponsor dragged me along or something. Really cool." A personal highlight come when he did a helmet swap with Earnhardt Jr., as Ricciardo is on the record as being a fan of Jr. and his father, Dale Earnhardt Sr. "I've been a big fan of the Earnhardts as well for pretty much my whole life. To do a helmet swap with Dale was, if I say it was cool, I'm completely underselling it. It was definitely one of the coolest things that's ever happened to me," he revealed. Ricciardo will resume his usual duties with Red Bull Racing as this weekend's Brazilian Grand Prix, the second-to-last race of the 2017 Formula One season. Follow at Kyle Levine.